Welcome back, guys. So a little while ago I did a video of the 10 most underrated WWE superstars of all time. So you asked me, so seeing that I did the underrated, let's have a go at overrated. So what makes a wrestler overrated? In my opinion, and somebody that's pushed above what their actual ability or positioning in the card should be. It's not someone like, I'm going to just throw a name out there, Sin Cara. He was botch prone, but he was never pushed really as very top of the card. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so let's get into my list of the 10 most overrated WWE superstars of all time. And of course you're going to disagree with me, because I know most of you disagree with me with a couple of these, but that's what the comment section is for. Let me know your 10 most overrated WWE superstars of all time, and just keep in mind my list is based on WWE. Their work outside of WWE is not taken into account for this. It's purely just WWE. At number 10, we have Viscera, Big Daddy V, Nelson Frazier, whatever you want to call him. So when the whole steroid scandal came out and Vince McMahon realized he could no longer have these big muscly guys, he realized, what else could I do? Really tall or really big? And Big Daddy V was, or Viscera back then, he was his answer for really big. He was pushed incredibly strong. He was main eventing and he was in the King of the Ring 1995. It was an absolute shambles. He nearly destroyed Undertaker's face. He hurt Kevin Nash. It was just not good. Number 9 is Vladimir Kozlov. So WWE tried to turn him into the prototypical Russian foreign heel that they were so successful in the late 80s, early 90s. But that didn't quite click because he had only a couple of moves. He had the shove, he had the headbutt, and that's about it. There was a match with him and Triple H that was 30 minutes, but it genuinely felt like it was 2.5 hours. Number 8 is Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid, or just Sid, whatever you want to call him. So he was good entertainment, but my guy couldn't cut a promo. I mean, he was famously saying, "Can I do this again?" To which Jim Ross said, "We're live, pal." He said that I've got half the brain that you have, and just such an absolute promo botch machine. And in ring, I mean, he was okay. He was the generic big guy of the age, but he was more concerned about baseball and softball than he was about WWE. Number 7 is Giant Gonzalez. Undertaker, poor Undertaker. WrestleMania 9, in my opinion, one of the 2 most ludicrously bad WrestleManias ever. And he was a big part of why it was so bad. Chloroform rag, muscle suit, fur, spray paint, couldn't move, just absolutely horrendous. And poor Undertaker had to main event against him show after show after show. Number 6 is Great Khali. Now, if you watch his old work that he did in India, he was actually incredible. But if you watch his WWE work, my poor guy, he could barely walk. His legs was in no state. Again, he had a chop, he had the vice, and that's about the extent of his moveset, and a body slam. But that was about the extent of his moveset. And he main evented nearly every single pay-per-view in a calendar year against the likes of John Cena, Batista, and those guys. Just not okay. Number 5, I'm sure I'm going to get some people to disagree with me, but that's Kevin Nash. Diesel, Big Daddy Cool, Big Sexy, whatever you want to call him. I'm personally a fan of Kevin Nash, but I think he's overrated he was good in the Shawn Michaels bodyguard role. But as a champion, he was possibly, except for maybe Jinder Mahal, the worst draw in WWE history for a champion. When he became champion, he was the same problem as Big Daddy V, Viscera, whatever you want to call him. He was the Mabel. There we go. That was his other name. I believe it was my number 10 entry. He was the other side of the coin. When Vince McMahon couldn't have big muscly guys anymore, he took either really tall or really big, and Kevin Nash was really tall. Number 4 is Lex Luger. Again, quite a few of you won't agree with me, but his work in WCW is not taken into account for this list. Lex Luger was basically just a big muscly blonde peg to put in a massive big muscly blonde hole that a certain somebody that we might get to later in this list left in the 90s. He was not over at all. The Lex Express, body slamming Yokozuna, none of that got him over in the least. Lex Luger is a natural heel. The narcissist is his natural kind of personality. Now you make him a babyface, kissing babies, riding a bus, signing autographs, just didn't work. Number 3 is the Ultimate Warrior. His entire moveset was punch, punch, body slam, splash. That's it. He would sprint down to the ring, already be blown up because his cardio, he was obviously in great shape, but his cardio was not at the rate it should have been. His entire moveset was literally punch, punch, body slam, splash. I know I already said that, but that is it. And he was pushed at the same level as any single main event talent WWE has ever seen before. Number 2 is Goldberg. Now, this is where a lot of people are going to disagree with me. But Goldberg, if they stuck to what made Goldberg really good in WCW, it would have worked. What made Goldberg so good was squash matches. 2016 Survivor Series against Brock Lesnar is one of my favorite matches of all time. It was 90 seconds. He was not asked to perform a wrestling masterclass. He did spear, jackhammer. That's what made him good. Let him come in, let him hit his big moves, let him hit the hits, and let him go home. Just let him hit the spear, the jackhammer, absolutely destroy someone, and he's done. When he's asked to do a 20-30 minute match, it's not going to work. And number 1, for all of you that already know me, knew this was going to be the case, it's the orange hot dog himself, Hulk Hogan. Why do I think he's overrated? Because I have watched his work in Japan. My guy can actually wrestle. He can actually wrestle. Did he do that in WWE? Absolutely not. He got a massive paycheck and that's all. What makes him overrated for me is simply the fact that he kept younger talent down. What he did to Bret Hart is absolutely inexcusable. The WrestleMania 9 debacle, all of that. What he did to Yokozuna, absolutely inexcusable. He just held younger talent down. The reason why him and Stone Cold never had a one-on-one match is because he did not want to put Stone Cold over. The reason why Shawn Michaels and him at SummerSlam 05 only had one match, because it was originally supposed to be a best of 3, face versus face, is because Hogan refused to put Shawn Michaels over. He wanted to win every single match. Did he win every single match? Nearly. And guys, that wraps up my list. What did you guys think? Obviously, you're going to disagree with me, especially with a couple of the 1, 2, 3, those kinds, because, I mean, we're all entitled to our own opinion. Hope you guys still enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Until next time, peace.